Hello YouTubers again. This is the second part of my student visa video. If you haven't seen my first part, I'll do recommend to go and check it out. In the first part, just a quick recap, I showed you the list of universities and the polytechnics and the private training educators. In this video, it's the second part of the student visa where I'll show you the requirements for the English language test if you're coming from an Asia Pacific or an African continent. Especially if you even do end up coming from Europe. Some part of Europe do require the English language test to come and study your further studies in New Zealand. Countries like Bulgaria do need English language tests, so Bulgarian citizens who are coming to New Zealand to do their further studies do need an English language test, as English is not their main language spoken there. So just to head start, today is Tuesday and right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning and it's really early hours in the morning, but I thought while I completed the first part I'll make all the parts of the student visa so it's really easy for you to go and check it what you require. So starting of the video, this is Immigration New Zealand website, as you can see, and I'll show you the decline rates for the student visa, and I didn't know until I saw this that to get a student visa is really hard. So I'll show you some of the facts that you didn't knew about it. So in Afghanistan there were 9 applications and total 9 were declined. Albania, the decline rate is 50%. Algeria 89%, Angola 100%, Argentina 6% decline, Armenia 50% decline, Austria, really shocking news to see, one of the European countries, 2% decline. Bahamas 0%, Bahrain 60%, one of the Arab nations, 60% decline, so a huge rate. Bangladesh 68%, Barbados 0%, Bosnia, I think so, this is one of the African countries, 100% decline rate. I'll give you a link so you can check how much is the decline rate for your own country. I'll move ahead because it's a big list, as you can see, big list of things. Hong Kong, there's a 2% decline rate. Iceland 0%, India 32%. One of the countries I do want to mention shortly is China, because China is one of the main countries where the people do coming in, so there's a decline rate of 7%. So I'll give you a link in my description box and the link for my student visa part 1. If you haven't seen it, you can go and see it. And today I'll be showing you the English language requirement. So if you don't get the requirement to do the course in New Zealand, you can get English language program to study. So basically there are 6 months, 1 year. I don't recommend you studying those English courses in New Zealand. As I told you, the fees is quite relatively very high compared to Asian market or the African market. If you can, you learn the English in your own primary country before moving into New Zealand, and do those complete those requirements. So this is the requirements if you're coming in a level 3 course. First of all, before we start, I'll mention you what sorts of English language tests that you can do. Most common one is IELTS, TOEFL for American one, Cambridge, English test, these are more common in Arab, Dubai, and in the European Union. OET, I never heard about it. UCall, that's the UCall, that's one of the polytechnics here in Palmerston North, comes under the government umbrella, so they run their own English language courses that you can come here and pass, you know. And this is the PTE, just started a couple of years ago. I'll make a separate video on all these English language tests if you do want to learn, and I'll give you a brief description of these English language tests. Most common one that is done in all the countries is IELTS, International English Language Testing System. That's the most common one. So now we start with the courses. So if you're coming with a level certificate course, that's known as level 3, you need an IELTS band of 4.5 in general or academic, with no lower than 5 band. Level 4 course, 5.5, level 5, and no lower than 5. Diploma at level 5, 6.5, no lower than 6.5 in nursing. Applied science and general, I'll give you a link so you can check out which course and what's your English language requirement. I do want to mention this bachelor's degree and the master course. In general, 6.5, no lower than 6 band. If you're coming from high school completion, so you've completed A level or 12 years of study in schooling, or whatever your schooling last level is called, here the description of the completion that you need to do. If you're coming from Australia, 12 years of study completion for a diploma course. If you're coming into a degree course, they do come with a number on it, so you need to get at least these numbers. If you're coming from China, 2 years of secondary school, and then there's another requirement if you're coming for a degree course. If you're coming from Hong Kong, so Hong Kong diploma in secondary education, minimum 4 Ds pass. If you're coming to a degree course, level grade C, I don't know too much. If you're coming from India, so high secondary certificate for a diploma course. If you're coming for a bachelor degree, high secondary certificate with pass rate of 65% over 4 academic subjects. So there are 2 boards, so CBSC and ICSC boards do come into the bachelor's degree. If you're coming from Nepal, you need to get 65% in your last year of schooling for a diploma, and 80% in your last level of schooling if you're coming for a bachelor's degree course. So I'll give you a list of this in my description box so you can check which country you belong to. These are only applicable if you're coming straight after high schools. Okay, I'll give you another link. So moving on, if you do coming up into New Zealand after your graduation, so you have done a bachelor course or a diploma course from your own country, you can come and select which unis you did went to, because this list is issued by New Zealand Qualification Authority. So it has all the list of all the countries, all the institutes. So Argentina, these are the list of institutes. Australia, all the list of institutes. Canada, all the list of institutes. China, Fiji, Hong Kong, India. The most shocking thing, I do come across India. If you do planning to do your studies, the graduation in India before coming to New Zealand, I'll prefer you select your unis from Group A. The most important thing is that it's got a bit of a more name towards those institutions. If you compare to Group B, Group B has got a bit of a negative name towards the institution, as you can see, and there's another country called Israel, same problem. So if you can do your studies from a Group A unis or the institutes, that will be favorable in your own condition, but if you can't, these are the Group B unis: Japan, Malaysia and New Zealand. I'll give you another video to explain what this point system is all about. Just to give you a brief, the point system in here refers to getting a permanent residency status on the basis of your skill level. So this is altogether another topic, but just for student visa, if you do come up ending up coming into New Zealand for your master's degree or bachelor degree after completion of your diploma from these unis, I prefer you check your uni status in your own country with this document, if it's applicable or not, if your uni does come in the list of NZQA or not. If it doesn't, there would be red flags why your institution doesn't come, but I think so most of the institution or all the institutions do come across all over New Zealand. So that's it for all now. This is the second part of the student visa video, so if you haven't seen my video for part 1 for student visa for New Zealand, please do see it. I'll give you a descriptive link in my description box so you can check my first video. That's all for today. Good night, guys. I'll be making the third and the fourth part as I promised. I'll finish all these parts of the video. Will be in early mornings for me, but I'll finish all these part of the video so you do have all the videos and you can select what you want to study, how to plan, and how to go ahead with your study things. So good for now, and have a good life, and good luck for studying. Which option do you want to study, which uni you do want to end up going into study, and I hope the best of luck for your future. If you do have any questions, just drop a comment and I'll do reply to it. Thank you, goodbye.